that you cannot build to outlive you is a side hustle. That's it. So in today's video, we're going to be addressing that. How can we get our business from hobby or side hustle to legacy, to things that when we look back at, when our children, when people are talking about us, they are associating us with that business. When we are not there, that business is still helping the society, is still, growing, is still blooming, even without our presence. Bestie, let me tell you something. In every business, there are two forces, two invisible forces shaping it. One, hierarchy, and two, structure. If you don't define them, they will define you, and not in a good way. Hi besties, welcome back to another episode of Strategy Sunday. Now, in our previous video, last week's video, we talked about stages of business, and I said that the goal of every business owner should be to get to the legacy stage. If you're building a business and your aim is not to get to the legacy stage, you should just close down that business, because that business is a hobby. Your goal is to get to the legacy stage where your business outlives you, where your business can function without you, and you will just be sitting down in old age and enjoying your money. Abi? Yes, that's the stage that you should be thinking of getting to. Now, to get to that stage, you need two things in place, two very important things in place. I hear people do business and not think of things like structure, organizational structure. How is your business set up? You're not thinking of hierarchy in the business, organizational hierarchy. Now, I'm going to explain in details what these things are and why you need them in your business to make sure that you get to the legacy stage, to make sure that you avoid all the, things that makes you confused and scattered. So one, organizational structure. Organizational structure is simply how your business is set up. So let's look at the business as a house. Now, organizational structure is the floor plan. It shows you where the room is, where the kitchen is, where the parlor is, where the bathroom is. It makes sure that the food is in the kitchen, the clothes are in the bedroom, and maybe you're not going to toilet in your kitchen, or even eating in the bathroom. Without structure, it would be a total chaos. Now, structure is how taxes, responsibilities, and people are grouped. Who reports to who does what, and how information is passed. Now, this is different from hierarchy. So hierarchy is like the staircase inside the house. It's like a chain of command. Who is accountable to who? Who is in charge? Who is in charge of this group of people? Who is in charge of that group of people? Who do they answer to? And who do this group of people answer to? So that's what hierarchy is. Hierarchy is like, that's decision-making level. When one person makes it, like, let's say the top manager makes a decision, passes it down to the middle manager, then to the lower manager, and that's how decision making goes with hierarchy. Now, hierarchy answers the question of, again, who is accountable to who, while structure answers the question of who does what, where, how do we do this, how is this done. That's what structure answers. So you see that they are different, but when they come together, your business starts to feel like a well-organized house instead of, you know, a rowdy place or a squatters camp where everybody is and everybody is doing everything, or in anywhere you can enter anywhere. It's now more of a well laid down plan where, you know, a room, parlor, bathroom and kitchen, and things are being done in the right places. So that is when hierarchy and structure come together. Now we're going to be looking at the importance of these two things. I've already mentioned it, you know, as I'm talking, but I'm going to outline them properly now. Number one, clarity over confusion. No more asking who is responsible for what, who is this one. You know, you walk into a supermarket and you have a complaint and they can't direct you to the manager, or they have to call you 100 times as a business owner for decisions that someone else can make. Petty decisions that a lower manager can handle. Now, that is where it comes in clarity. There's no confusion anymore. Two, I've already mentioned this here. Decision making. It's easier when you don't have to be the one to make all the decisions. There are different hierarchies of decisions. There are more important things that you as a business owner should be taking care of. Not how do we exchange a fabric, or how do we, you know, this customer bought a tom-tom and the person wants to return the tom-tom. How are we going to return the tom-tom? That shouldn't be your problem. As a leader, that should not be your problem. If you understand your role as a leader, all those petty decision making shouldn't be your problem. So with structure and hierarchy, everybody knows who is supposed to be making a certain decision. Who is in charge of this decision? Who is in charge of that decision? Or who? These are a bit clearer for you. And you get to keep your mind for bigger things, bigger projects that you are supposed to handle as a business owner, not confirming alert. That is not supposed to be your job. Now, to number three, you are growth ready. Again, I'm talking about legacy building. You have structure, you have hierarchy, you are ready to hand over your business to the next person in line. While you relax, you're ready for the next stage of business. Without structure, without hierarchy, you cannot scale. You cannot hand over your business. You cannot think of legacy. You cannot think of leaving your business. There's who is going to answer the calls, who is going to, know how to exchange tom-tom. So yes, these are important. Number four, empowered hiring. Now you're not going to just be hiring anybody. Everybody. Oh, because this person is talented. Oh, because he's my mother's sister's brother. He needs a job. Then you just hire the person. You know who you need in your company. When you have a structure, an organizational structure, you know who you need, when you need them, the kind of skills that you need them to have. It helps you, arrange these things properly, like a house. You're not just hiring everyone, or again, your mother's sister's brother, because they are jobless. It helps you put that in place. Now, even when you hire, it helps you, the person coming knows who the person is answering to. You're not, let me take for instance, you hire a new tailor, and you as the CEO, or you're the leader, you're coming to train the tailor. You don't have a head tailor, you don't have a production manager. You're the one training every tailor that you hire. You're the one training everybody that you hire. That is total burnout. That is not your responsibility. With a structure and a hierarchy, the next person knows who is supposed to train him or her. There's a human resource department. Even if you don't have it, even if you're not able to afford it, you have it written down. You have the structure written down. So people that come in, know how the organization is climbing. They know that if I work for, this amount of time, or I'm able to perform well, I can get to this position. I can grow in this company. It helps growth. It helps people get inspired to work and grow in a company. If I don't know what I can get, or how your organization is shaped, or how it is structured, the hierarchy, I'm not going to be motivated to grow in the company, or to see that I can grow in your company. Okay, after being a tailor, what next? After being a junior tailor, what next? So after being a sales rep for 5 years, what next is it for me? Are you just going to be increasing my salary? I tell people, positions, what I call it, titles, give people a different kind of motivation. The more titles, like just the name, I am the, let's call it, the head of which department, it gives me the reason to, I feel more, that authority that comes with it, that privilege. When I introduce myself as the head of so place, or I introduce myself as, the executive assistant to, I know that from a junior assistant, I can be an executive assistant. I can go from there to another. That is what structure and hierarchy does for you. It gives a feeling of belonging. Number 5, I think I've already even said part of number 5 in it's about people feeling secure. It's culture and confidence. Number 5 is culture and confidence. When people understand hierarchy, or understand the structure of your business, they're more comfortable. They are more, the comfort of, knowing that they can grow in your company. That culture that it imbibes in them, that you people are not just everywhere or anyhow. They don't come into work and there are no rules, there are nothing, they are just, there's anything goes. The feeling of anything goes. I can do anything, I can come into work at any time. There's nobody checking me, there's nothing. Anything goes. A lot of people don't like to work in where anything goes. You might not know that. You might think that, okay, I don't know how to do this because it's how my people have gotten used to, or that's how they like to work. No. Humans like to work where there are rules, where there is a structure. And even if you don't start with it, you can still implement it now. Where there is structure, there is proper behavior, there is high performance. Structure, I know I'm going to go up. I know the more I work, or the more I put in this effort, I would earn better, I would have my career, I'll grow in my career. That's a good feeling. That's a good culture. That's a good thing that people want to experience when they work for someone. So don't have that mindset that, oh, I don't need all of that. All I need to do is make profit. That's the mindset of a hustler. Side hustle. Let me just make money. That's all. If you're growing something that you want to leave for your children, or you even want to leave for the society to be remembered for, you need to do better than, oh, for now, we're just everywhere. So now, how do you actually build or improve your organizational structure? I'm going to give you 5 simple processes to build or improve your organization. You might have an organizational structure that needs improvement. First step, map out your functions. Now, for every business, there are some, basic functions in the business: marketing, finance, customer service, all those basic functions. Now, map out those basic functions first. Number 2, write out the roles under each function. Okay, there is, for marketing, for example, you need a content creator, right? You need a social media handler, you need a marketing manager, you need a strategist. These are the things under marketing. These are roles under marketing. These are roles under that department. So let's call them departments. These are roles under that department. Administrative department, you know the roles under it. So you find out all the roles, write down all the roles under each of these departments. Now that's number 2. Number 3, write down hierarchy. So create hierarchy for every department. Who reports to who leads that department. So you need to create hierarchy. People need to know who they report to. As I said, you don't have to have these people in place immediately, but putting it helps you hire those people, helps you know who to hire and who not to hire. Number 4 is job description. For every role, we need to know what are the key responsibilities in the job, what's the reporting line, what is this person supposed to do. Know the job description, write down the job description, so that when you're hiring someone, you know what the person is supposed to do, so that you can actually hire people who fit into that job description. The people that you're hiring also will be able to know their job description. So it is important, very, very important, that you write down the job description. This way there's no confusion of what am I supposed to do? I thought I was supposed to do this, but you're not. Now you're giving me more roles or more jobs. Everybody knows what their job description is. It is a very, very important process, important step in this process. So write down job description for every single role. Again, it doesn't matter if you have the person now or not. Make sure you know the job descriptions. Number 5, fill the seat intentionally. You see how this plays out? If you're now hiring people, you know who you are hiring. It is an intentional step now. You're not just hiring somebody and then giving them a position. You know the position you're hiring them for. You know what this person's skill is going to fill in. You already know which skill I need. So you're not just hiring blindly. Again, you're not hiring your sisters, mothers, brothers, whatever, just to fill in a role. And, you're not equipping somebody for a role that they can't fill in. You're not training someone. You're not going to go around training people and they end up not being able to perform in the role that you have mentally, in your head. Oh, this person looks like, if I train this person can be this person for me. No, you already know who you need. So that way you hire more intentionally. So you see that with this process, with this step-by-step process, you are going to be able to develop a structure for your business, an organizational structure and hierarchy as well, which makes everything easier for you. Hiring, decision making, and helps you relax a bit more. Even profit increases performance. It increases performance massively. When people know their job description, they know what to do. They know who they report to. They know when they even report to work, what they are supposed to do at different time. You need a job description. Okay, so a friend of mine hired a content creator, or rather a social media manager, a while ago, and he's supposed to do content creation. That's what she thought, or that is what, in her head, this is what you're supposed to do as a social media manager. But in the other person's head, that's not my job. Why? Because she did not give him a job. She did not read out his job description. She did not hire him based on, okay, these are the things that you're supposed to do. Without a job description, you're just hiring somebody, and in your head, you're supposed to do this. And in the other person's head, I'm not supposed to do that. Everybody must understand their roles, their responsibilities in your company. So these are the things that structure and hierarchy helps you achieve. Without this, there's a lot of chaos in your business. So now, bestie, take out a pen today and start writing. Start mapping down the people that you need, what they're going to be doing for you, how you are going to the hierarchy of your business from yourself, the CEO, founder, whatever, department here, this department, marketing, this department, this department, this department. Now, the people that you need in each of these departments, it doesn't matter if you can afford to have them now or not. Put it down. I have already mentioned the reasons why this is necessary. Put it down. Who is on top of who, so that everybody knows where they belong. And you, as the founder, your own job description. You're a leader. What is your job? What is the job of a leader? It is not to implement rules. It is not to implement policies. It is to make the policy. You make the policy. The people in this department, the managers, the head of this department, are the ones that implement the policies. It is their job. So understanding this, you're not the one that's supposed to be with a structure in place. You're not the one that's going to be confirming alerts. How many times do they call you to confirm alerts in a day? So understand structure, understand hierarchy, and your business would be easier to handle. And you will be able to build a legacy that would outlive you. In your old age, you'll be sipping cocktail in some beach while people are working. So right now, tell me in the comment section which part of your business needs structure, needs putting together. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Here, we don't just talk business, we build legacy. Until next Sunday, bye.